Okay, we got Martin, aka Spacefront, playing Emeric in the red versus Spotyus playing Tenri in the green. So we were talking about this just before we turned the match on, but I am very curious to see how this matchup's going to go. We've seen a whole bunch of Emeric, cheese. We've seen some Emeric bugs coming into play, and Spacefront's been doing so well with Emeric that I'm really curious how this is going to play out. And then, of course, on the other side of things, we've got Tenri, who, in theory, we think is like one of the hard counters to Emeric Tier 2. Her Tier 1 groove comes out faster. It avoids things like the bug where if you kill the crystal and units are under it, they still keep the range boost bonus for the Tier 2. So
yeah, it's not faster, right? It's 200 though, right? And Emeric Tier 2 is like very early. It's like 175, I think.
Okay. I thought Tenri's Tier 1 was a bit faster than Emeric's Tier 2, but someone can fact check that. But they're close enough, so you could effectively 1-for-1, right?
Yeah, but also like it might be practically faster since Emeric also needs to get the trap in position.
Yeah. Oh, we're seeing something really interesting here in the opening. Spotyus isn't hitting the village that every commander normally hits.
Hasn't healed at all, actually.
Yeah, that's very strange and not something we'll really get to see that often. And I love this use of the Harpy over in the top left, just being very annoying, keeping that village from being taken. So
Harpy was actually a novel idea we prepped in Wargroove 1. It didn't actually come up in any games, but it was an idea that existed for some very specific lines. It works to deny some things. But in Wargroove 2, it's like much better. Although Harpy in Wargroove 1 was used to pick up a specific veil in some lines, I think, and in 2 it doesn't, but it's generally better, so, you know.
oh, this is a very deep Emeric.
I don't think he'll stay there, right? No, he'll move down after. He's just seeing that he can get like a free minus 100 gold for the opponent and some groove. Oh, the groove is important actually. That's a lot of groove this Emeric has gotten. Basically kill every turn for 2 turns now.
Yeah, he's gone a lot. He's at one. Oh wow, he's actually almost at Tier 2.
Yeah, he's gotten so much groove. It's crazy. So he's gonna have groove before Tenri, cleanly before Tenri. Tenri is going to have to get groove really fast, or this trap might be a problem before she can deal with it.
Okay. Oh wow, that's actually a really annoying position because Tenri is. Oh, I guess the sword isn't that difficult to clear, and Tenri could just go and hit Emeric.
Yeah.
Oh well, actually, with that many swords nearby, that suddenly becomes a lot riskier.
Yeah, she might not survive hitting Emeric.
Okay, so you're just gonna safely pick off this sword.
Which also gives more groove, so it might be correct.
Yeah, that actually, I think 70%. Oh, it takes so long to get Tenri Tier 1. You really forget these things. Oh, I love that use of the wagon though. Just gonna use that to create a wall.
Oh, this might be like better with Emeric actually, like wagoning the merfolk, because you remember Emeric also gives the boost of the merfolk and it's crazy with 4 range. So it on the high game.
And Emeric, oh yeah, it's gonna have Tier 2 now.
And already
Second trebuchet coming forward. Oh wow, we're seeing like the mega strat, I guess you could call it, from.
Ooh, this is the anti-Tenri, right?
Oh yeah, just well, actually, if you yoink the crystal, then you only have to deal with the trabs.
I guess, but like if you yoink the crystal, then you didn't gain value. You only stopped Emeric from gaining value. Whereas if you yoink a trap, you also kill an expensive unit. It's like the equivalent of killing a dragon or a golem, right?
Yeah.
But if you only take the crystal, like you played groove basically to get nothing in clear value. So at this point, you're only stopping Emeric, you aren't countering him.
Oh wow. Sword gets picked up from that range. And another sword. Yeah, Emeric's just gonna go and kill that.
And in this game, Spacefront has a very good groove advantage. So if Tenri now grooves the crystal, in a few turns, Spacefront will get tier 2 again and will end the game. Because when 2 traps get in range of the HQ, there won't be another chance to yoink the crystal. The game will immediately end.
Okay, but we're seeing a nice counter push over on this left-hand side. I mean, I guess like the real disadvantage of those traps is that once they are, you know, out of range, well,
Yeah,
once they're in a
Tenri's
place,
army-
like, yeah, like the army is,
Tenri's army is much more expensive on the other side,
yeah.
and maybe Tenri can use groove to just end the game.
That's also true, yeah, because, you know, she could just throw one of our knights over to the left-hand side and suddenly, like, that's game over. And these
Yeah,
traps,
this
they're gonna take a while to get into position.
And this is really nice against Emeric. You know, you try to pressure, try to make it look like you're pressing the traps, and then, oh, but Spacefront didn't miss it. But
Oh,
a
wow.
weaker opponent might have missed it. Might have been like, oh, I'm gonna win with the traps, and then boom.
Okay. Oh, she's gonna yoink the trap. Oh, that's interesting,
Actually,
actually.
yoinks a trap, yeah. Which is still a really powerful yoink, but
Oh, and I like
there
that
is
actually going
still
for, like,
one trap.
multiple weak hits, so you build more groove.
Yeah.
And I guess the race begins now to see who can get, like, the most value off of the groove. But actually, that's a really expensive loss. And you look at the rest of Spacefront's army, it's not that valuable. It's like really a whole lot of low-cost units.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of nothing and a busted trap. That's his army, but it might still win. It's very scary.
Yeah, I'm so intrigued as to how Spotyus is gonna keep fighting this, because yeah, like Tenri, you know, we've been saying this for a while. We think this is like potentially the solution. Oh, we're seeing a lot of stuff going in here.
I mean, I think this is potentially a solution. I don't think it's the correct way to view it, because this way of trying to solve Emeric is very passive. You try to stop what he's doing. I think the optimal way to stop Emeric is to kill him before he can get set up. But that depends on the map. On some maps where he can get his trap out very fast, you can't do that. So you need to do something like the Tenri. But I think on more well-balanced maps, there are many strong CEOs who just kill Emeric, like Wolfar, Vesper, people like that. Just kill him before he can get the trap in position to do much. But I think for a TYM game, it's very nice to know if Emeric is stoppable at all with something like Tenri, or if you must kill him before he gets to play the game. So it's very nice of Spotyus to test that matchup for us.
Actually, I'm just realizing something. Like this harpy could. Oh, so here's the thing. Do you use the harpy crit to kill the crystal, which would then bug it and make the trebuchet like infinite range for the rest of the game, and the merfolk?
Well, not infinite range, but like yeah.
I mean,
that's fair.
effectively, yeah. Or do you
Yeah,
just like hit the trap and reduce its damage?
But do you even deal that much to the trap, right? And Emeric is about to get another crystal too. So if you kill the crystal, I mean, even if it... How close is Emeric actually to another tier 2?
200%, so.
Oh, so yeah, killing the crystal even if it wasn't bugged. Kinda irrelevant. So that's why Spacefront let it happen. Because the crystal also matters for the defense, but like... Here you just get another one.
Okay, so
What
just
about Tenri? Where is Tenri?
Tenri's over on the right hand side. So she's
Oh,
at 85%. Oh, second tier 2. Merfolk
So
on the left hand side is going to get that bonus range too.
So the first one, I guess, will get healed.
Yeah, I would think he would drop a mage heal on the crystal. Oh, that range on the merfolk is ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's
because
so
this
funny
first,
how we like went from having one of the like someone who everybody kind of regards as like one of the weakest commanders in Wargroove 2, and he's like actually no wait, he's like super powerful under certain circumstances.
well, he didn't work correctly before. Well, he still doesn't work correctly, but now it doesn't work correctly in ways that make him stronger, not weaker. So it's like
Yeah.
it's the tables have turned, or the turns have tabled. I don't know. I mean, it's a turn-based status game, so maybe the turns have tabled. And then we got groove. So, but there are 2 crystals, and well, there's only 1 trap zone.
Yeah, I mean actually maybe the play is you just try and yoink the trabs and ignore the crystals? I'm not really sure about that. It's very... Oh, dang, those merfolk. That's actually... That's, I think, honestly, one of the scarier things about this is those 4-range merfolk.
But at this point, I mean, there are already 2 close to immortal crystals, and it feels like... I don't know, I think the last few turns, I've been talking about, like, Emeric and stuff. But Spotyus has been losing a lot of army. He had a much better army before, but now it's unclear.
Yeah, that fight on the left really didn't work out well for him. And, oh, we're going to see Mage crit followed by Harpy. Okay, that works.
How does Mage Crit do so little, actually? I'd expect it to do more.
Well, I mean, Trebs... Yeah. Their Trebs, I guess, are quite bulky, and Mages, I think they got like a general nerf against all ground, so...
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I wonder if, like, the Treb was part of that.
But now it feels like the trap didn't even matter that much because, like, Spacefront is just crashing through the center.
Yeah.
Or no? Front switching shot. Ooh! Going behind trap Tenri. This is interesting.
That's very spooky. You don't want to be surrounded like this. And yeah, Tenri doesn't even have groove to get her out of this situation, so...
Oh, I think it's really hard to play now for Tenri. I don't think there's that much you can do. I mean, you can run for 1 or 2 turns. But it feels like you can't avoid a lethal.
Okay, ooh, nice kill on that crystal. I don't think there was any range units under it, so that's not going to cause anything to bug out. Tenri, 34%, so...
Yeah, I don't think Tenri's gonna get groove.
Yeah,
Ooh, and just Emeric body blocking. And there's no maids in range of those balloons. I mean, the maids will kill the harpy, I guess. Is it possible to clear the way? Oh, wait, the mage died.
yeah.
Nope. Oh, okay, Tenri is just super dead. There's no way to do anything about that. Nice cuts from Spacefront. It's very hard to be able to find those like long-term CO surrounds. Like,
Yeah.
almost a strategical maneuver at that point. Like, go behind and realize that even in a few turns, the Spotyus will not be able to break your surround or do anything else for that matter.
Oh, but here's actually an interesting play you can go for. Is you just say, alright, my commander's not in a good place. So I'm just gonna attack everywhere else. And use my, like, just throw my commander into the corner. Which you can do. Like, there is like an effective play there.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I'm just gonna dive on your stronghold now. With the rest of my army, because Tenri could literally go stand in that river tile.
Yeah, but Tenri might die this turn. Actually,
Uh,
not very likely.
Double? Is that? Oh, that might be
No,
a
she's
sword
dead.
suicide.
She's dead. She's dead. She's dead.
Yeah, that'll work. And then, yeah, second one is also going to be a crit, so.
Yeah, and there's a witch and a harpy crit.
Yeah, I actually probably would have witch hexed first here, just for the slight difference in defense, but this is probably
Maybe
been
the suicide
calculated.
wouldn't work. Maybe the suicide wouldn't work.
No, the
That's
second suicide would have worked still, but the first one wouldn't have.
Oh.
So.
But yeah, super dead.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, that was a crit. So did Spacefront expect Tenri to go there? That's a nice call.
Maybe. I mean, it could have just been a coincidence as well, but yeah, that's a rough way to go. Oh, and well
But
played
anyway,
to Spacefront.
Yeah, really clean game.
Yeah, and I guess we learned that. Well, I mean, I guess Spacefront was building Groove more effectively than Spotyus was, so that also played a big factor.
Spacefront opened like quite a bit better, I'd say.
Yeah.
Then again, I don't know. Spotyus got a very large army at a certain point and then lost a lot. And this wasn't the Trebs. The Trebs got some value, but they weren't the reason Spacefront won, I'd say. I'd say Spotyus just kind of got outplayed in the mid game. Like, it looked like he had a better army, and then he didn't. Like, on the side where Grooves didn't exist.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
that was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, very solid game.
So I look forward
kind
to
of
seeing.
feel bad. I kind of feel bad because I was tunnel visioning in the Groove interaction, but like the game might have been decided more by the vanilla army fight on the left, right?
Yeah, like I think that did play a huge factor. And I think maybe Spotyus just like maybe overstayed like for one turn, but that's the other thing as well. Like if you feel under pressure on the right hand side and you push in, and even like even if you have a good turn of attacking, if you feel like you have to stay in and keep fighting, then that does make a difference. Yeah, those double trebs were like really brutal because I actually think Spotyus was ahead on economy throughout parts of that game, especially early on. So I feel like that played a bit of a factor. Something I noticed, he didn't capture the back village for quite some time, so I'm wondering if that played a bit of a factor as well, but oh well, I'm sure if we had replays, I'm sure someone would be able to go through and
Yeah, we'll get them eventually.
we will. But I think that this would be an interesting game to study more than anything.
Yeah.
But anyway, well played. We're going to go into the next game.